Welcome to our next episode of Caribbean Discoveries. As you may notice, we have changed the name from Discover Trinidad and Tobago to Caribbean Discoveries. Legal purposes, advertisement purposes, we had to change the name. But now, as you can see, we are in Lopinot. We are at the Lopinot Historical Center. We are about to meet our guide, Mr. Gomez, who's supposed to take us around the center. And hopefully, he said we might be able to go to the caves. We don't know how that's going to work out, but we're going to try. We have we lights, we have we backpack, we have we water, full works. So until we reach up on the site, later.
My name is Martin Gomez, the interpreter, the tour guide for the ride. The name Lopinot originated in France, derived from France. His real name is Comte Charles Joseph de Lopinot. Lopinot was born in France in the year 1738, but by the year 1762 he had already joined the French army. By the year 1772 he had moved on to several countries, including the Louisiana States of America, New Orleans. He said he went elsewhere and so on. But he came back down to the Caribbean country after a while that is called Saint Dominique. Do you think you know what is that country today in the Caribbean? That is not the same name, eh?
Haiti.
Haiti, right? French dependency. French dependency, right? But so it is now Haiti and so on. But Lopinot was in Santo Domingo, and he had married a wealthy proprietress of Santo Domingo, Haiti, right? And he married a wealthy proprietress' daughter, and the proprietress had 127 slaves. Now, I found that was a very big gift. Any mother-in-law could give a son-in-law 100 of her African slaves. You understand? I find that way because right now in Lopinot, ain't you know about CPEP?
Yeah.
We only have 60 people who can CPEP. And this and that man and that, they have 100 people who can do it. However, a free Negro slave that was called Toussaint Louverture's wanted to liberate Saint Dominique from France. So he wanted to cause this revolution. But Lopinot wanted no part of the revolution. So he was well beloved by his slaves that they put him in a barrel like a cargo of sugar, and he ended up in a British colony called Jamaica. After several years in Jamaica, he heard that the soil in Trinidad is very fertile. So he petitioned the Secretary of State for England to send him down to Trinidad. They agreed, and by 1800, Lopinot arrived in Trinidad. Having arrived in Trinidad in 1800, he met the first British governor of Trinidad that was called Sir Thomas Picton. No instruction was given to Sir Thomas Picton to give Lopinot lands in Trinidad freely. So Lopinot made a mortgage and he was able to buy it. He bought 320 acres of land in a place called Tacarigua, right? That was one of the sugar belts in Trinidad was in Tacarigua area. Now if you're wondering how you are, east, west, north, south, Port of Spain this way. 9 miles west, right, is the city of Port of Spain. So from here down to here, Tacarigua, right? So we are in the water of Tacarigua and everything is so. So Lopinot was experimenting in sugarcane, but he failed with his crops and he have decided to search for new lands. With a bodyguard of African slaves, now if you go and watch the river, you can see I could hardly get my socks wet and all kind of thing, because the river is almost dry and so on, right? And we'll take a walk to just to see and so on. Right. So it came up here with a boat. Now I have a problem with that boat because they didn't say what type of boat it is, pirogue or whatever it is. But having reached here, Lopinot found nobody a problem again for me. Because the Amerindian settlement is not too far from here. There is a river at Calgary. So here is too close for them not to be here too. You understand? Because they were hunters and all this sort of thing. Right? So I just queried that and so on. However, we found what we call a midden. What is a midden? A midden is where they were camping or where they were living, and and they were throwing everything. You understand? It's like the back of your house. You will think. We found that last year. So this year they're supposed to come back and do archaeological work on that part of where we found it and so on. So it proved that they were here living and so on. However, Lopinot was very influential to one of our British governors called Sir Ralph Woodford. That's why you have Woodford Square in Port of Spain, right? He was one of the advisors to Sir Ralph Woodford from 1830 to 1817. Lopinot died 2 years after 1819. The remains of Lopinot and his wife was right across there, and by 1838 slavery was abolished. When slavery was abolished, the slaves did not move right away because the agreement was the lady had crops, 478 acres of this valley, right? Cocoa. So they couldn't move. They continued to move it. Now, hear this one. When Lopinot was here, it is said that a slave had committed an offense and he ran away to the hills. After 2 days of searching, he was found hiding in a cave of it, right? The cave is called Colado because the slave name was Colado. What my problem there now is that they caught Colado up there. They brought him here. He said he was tried, he was convicted, right? And immediately he disappeared. I can buy that. Before we go on a little bit, we have 5 caves in the area. Unfortunately, you might be able to visit one. The cave is not very wide and so on. It's a narrow cave, but it goes 365 feet and all these sort of things. I told the gentleman you must have bright lights because you can't see your hand at close range.
We have lights, we have lights.
Alright, and so we have to go inside, right? And so, right. So we are by the Devil's Hole. We on top of the mountain over there. Way on top. You can't reach it. A big hole. You have to go down 20 feet in the ground, and then you'll walk under the earth and you have that, right?
So people just go there?
Yeah, of course, people go there. Now we have the Dark Eye Cave, you have Colado Cave, you have Profundo Cave, and not too long, 1961, the cave that you will go in was discovered in 1961. So if anytime you're reading anything about caves and you hear the name Martin Gomez, say you met the man today. You understand? It is named after me. Okay? What you will find inside here, and you must not touch and all kind of things inside. White cockroaches, you might see some of them. Although you know, manico, you see them and so on. So you might see a batch today and by tomorrow you see them again and then you'll see again. You know, it's kind of like, we got to feed on them too now. You see manico and thing, you know it's manico?
Yeah.
You see that?
Nope.
But I love that too, man. I just kind of like that. Yeah. So yeah, you know the big spiders, tarantula? It's supposed to have that inside there. You have a worm type thing. It's like this. Some well it's small and some is get big and so on. It has 1,000 legs, right?
Centipede.
No.
Millipede.
Millipede. You must not try to mash them, don't try to kill them, don't try to kill them. Then we have vampire bats. No. At times we just have vampire bats. But the most bats you may see inside there is the fruit bats.
The fruit bats,
Like
yeah.
the fruit bats and so. Yeah, so this is it, right? So we have the cave and so on, but you will visit one and show the man who made the contact for him will come and carry him. Right. Now here's something, come on inside. Come on inside. See, standing right there, don't go too far. In 1980, the Bum newspaper carried a story that the people of Lopinot still sees the day the ghosts have come to Lopinot, and this shadow was featured in the Bum newspaper. I will never tell you that is the shadow of the ghost, right, of Lopinot. I will never tell you that is not that, right? But what I'm going to tell you is right there. That shadow was taken out in 1980. So they said the ghost of Lopinot is still there. Alright? So here you see, you ever heard of Ghost Hunters International?
Yeah.
Alright, they were here 2 years ago. And while they were here, you heard things walking up. There's a door there. You heard things walking up inside there. So they went there, but when they went there, they didn't see anything. But while they were there, they heard things walking inside there when they came there. And they pushed the door. So it stuck when they went inside, I think. While they were still there, things walking up inside it. You understand? So when they came out, and so on, it stuck with it, right? Alright, they went back up. And when they went back up, they didn't see anything. So they called out to Mr. Gomez, up here I have nothing. It may have rats or bats somewhere. I say, well, if you've seen any or whatever, try to bring a rat or a bat for me. Up to this day. They spend 1 week here, and up to this day, they bring no bat. They bring no rat. Alright? Good. That cocoa house there, that building around there, that was cocoa house upstairs, but we take off the rails because that roof was moved. You understand where you dry the cocoa and coffee beans. We intend to fix it back and so on, but downstairs was a jail house for misbehaved slaves. Now slaves who had committed serious crime were hung in a cashew nut tree. Slaves who had committed minor crime were tied around the tree, beaten and put inside it. But now we are using it as an office. You understand? We intend to fix it back and so on. And the other one is part of the slave quarters, barrack and so on. We intend to fix all of them because the people who are in the small holdings and so on will be able to drive their cocoa and coffee beans and so on. Okay, so here we're going again.
So you still have cocoa on the plantation?
Yeah, no, back here, so, but let me tell you something, that is not government cocoa. So don't go take the people cocoa. But they will carry it on. Alright. That is private now because the government will be people lands. Right? So here we go. Yeah. So Lopinot, that as I said, we use it as a office and so on. Right? Here what has happened. The people who are living in Lopinot right now, some of them, majority of them were born here. Right? But the older people were from the Cora Valley. You heard about Cora River?
Yeah.
Cora is over that mountain. So 2 of us walk, they could be the Cora River. They beat and they could come back and so on. I, not walking across the road. Alright, so here we go. In 1945, the then government of Trinidad said they were to make the Cora Valley into a dam, water resource that service the east-west corridor of Trinidad. It never materialized to its fullest potential. So what has happened is that they broke down the church and so on, and they move all the people, they place the people in Santa Cruz, in La Pastora, Santa Cruz and so on, absolute the people and so on. Maracas Valley, St. Joseph, St. John and St. Augustine, some went to Rima, some went Blanchishere, Brasso Seco. Lopinot Estate that comprises of 478 acres were acquired by government, surveyed into 3.5 acres, and redistributed to the Spanish-speaking people who didn't do 1 day's work coming here Lopinot lands. I say it's a wrong mistake and so on. It's a mistake, right? However, because of that element, that Spanish element, Lopinot is considered to be Homo Parang. And we usually have festival, like every Spanish Heritage Festival and so on. Then we have a thing in May called Cruz de Mayo, is the adoration of the cross. It's a special Spanish ritual. That is a nice thing to come and see. We have, because we link up with Venezuela with that type of thing, the Venezuelans bring Spanish groups and so on to play. Right here, they use here as a stage outside. And then you have all the food like pastels and all. So you see pastel.
What time of the year that's
That will be the last Saturday or the last Sunday in May. That's what it's called Cruz de Mayo. Mayo is May. Right? The cross over there. Yeah, right, look over there. I smoke man.
We'll be here, we'll be here.
Right. So there's all these things and so, right? So here we're going on again. 2 reasons were given why the dam in the Cora Valley will never be completed. One is corruption, and the second thing is the curse by the Roman Catholics saying if they should demolish the Roman Catholic Church in the Cora Valley, the dam will never be completed. So they did demolish the church, and the people walk with the church and they will have rebuilt the church across there, the material of the church. So the church we got, see, the church was rebuilt in 1948, and every 15th day of August of a year, the Spanish Roman Catholics make a journey across the mountains to keep a day of prayer. The furniture, 1, 2, 3 pieces. They were never the furniture of come to Lopinot, but they are the furniture that belonged to the first British governor of Trinidad that was called St. Thomas Peter. And the year the furniture was made, 1803. 280 years. Okay? Right. Look at the house in 1940. This same house here, look at it, 1940. Very dilapidated here, right? And so on. Even the veranda that you see there is not the same because we did work and change the veranda and so on, right? If you look at 19, but we started in 1972 to do restoration work and so on. Nothing, without nothing. So it's not the same thing as outside here. This was put in, we put in that in 1972 and so on, where we did work. The wall of this house is mud, grass, and wood frame, and that is called tapia, and that was built in 1806. Okay? We move in here, and we show you, before we did, before we did work on the houses outside there, look how we found them, right? Look at that, the same house here, Cocoa House. This is part of the same hotels. This is the main house that we're in right now. This is when we opened on the 1st of December, 1973. Yeah. So here we went on. 1948, we did rebuild the church, opposed there. It was like this. But when you go there, it would not be the same thing as well. So in 1975, the parish priest said we're going to make a something baptismal font in the center of the church. If you're not a Roman Catholic and you wanted to be baptized again, to become a Roman Catholic, that hole is filled with water and so on. 1834, a reverend by the name of Samuel Brown migrated from the Louisiana States of America, came to Trinidad, occupied lands in the Lopinot region, planted cocoa and have erected that building. The building served three purposes. The roof goes back where you tried the cocoa and coffee beans. At the back of it is where you were living and being a reverend here at a small altar. When the slaves were freed in Lopinot, they said that some of them worship it because it is not on the same land as Lopinot, it's just a little way down the road. You pass that. Yeah. Now, when you're going back down, you'll see this. Because we are Daniel Mark, St. Philip's Anglican Church. St. Philip's. This is Roman Catholic, this is Anglican. We formed it like that. We did work and handed back in 1973. We did work in 72 and 73. We handed back to the Anglicans. Most of the wood here, there's very few here, remain the same as from 1834. So they continue to worship here presently every first and third Sundays of the month. St. Philip's. At the turn of this 19th century, so more, the Portuguese people came to Trinidad. Well, they were here longer than that, but they came to the Lopinot Valley, and one of the very first shops that was ever built is that one. The material of the shop is the same thing as the house, mud and grass and so on, that is called tapia and so on. Now they no longer have the shop, but the Portuguese people have plenty lands inside the Lopinot Valley. You understand? Right? So the name is spelled Gomes. How do you pronounce that? 0 points. Gomes. Gomes. Yeah, 0 points. Okay, so we're moving on. I know two religions that worship one saint in South Trinidad, Separia. But we have an pastoral village 1.5 miles up inside here. And if you go there, you will come upon this. Right? What has happened is when they built the church in Lopinot in 1948, they broke down the outside wall of the shrine, leaving the very inside. What's unique is that this is earth cuttings, they carved it out from the mountain. It remains dirt. Every first Sunday of the month, they used to worship there and so on. Well, they intend to do a harvest later down this year, and they want to start to bring some funds to start to bring it back. You understand? And so on. So in Separia is the two religions, is Separia Mai, which is Hindu, and La Divina Pastora is Roman Catholic. Here is La Pastora, the Good Shepherdess, and so on. What's the name of this flower? Coffee Blossom. This fella still lives a Roman soul. He's still around here. You see him? You see him? You was here before yesterday, man? You talk to me, everything. If you talk to me, well, that is me there.
You have me starting to wonder. I don't see ghosts because I like ghosts.
I'm here for two reasons. I'm a Parangero, and one of the caves in the area is named after me. So, you know the name Martin Gomez. No, here's something. You know this too, you know? Eh?
Who is that?
Alright. When you have estates, a garden and so on, you may have animals. Donkey, mule, that's all right? Good. Now we have pick up branch and go to your garden and so on.
Put it on the donkey back.
This is to put on the donkey back. It will be well padded and so on. So they call it a donkey crook. You understand? The crook donkey well. Then you'll put these two baskets, one on the either side.
Alright.
And then you bring it out the produce. The donkey you explain it, right? So this is a donkey pania. Alright? And the donkey crook. Okay? What plant is this?
Coffee.
Huh? You say that again on.
Coffee.
That's right, they get 10 points in.
Bush I agree, no? You don't know that.
Dry coffee beans. Right? Dry coffee beans. That's all. Coffee, cocoa. Trinidad has the best flavor, cocoa and so on, that's what they say. Right? So, pagoda is the name of a Chinese house in China. Many people in Trinidad has that flower in the yard and they don't know the name. It's only when they come to this mini museum they realize they have the Chinese pagoda, pagoda, right? In San Fernando, there's a restaurant called Pagoda. What's this again?
Calabash.
That's right.
Paki.
You go on, you go there. I'll give you 10 points. Alright? Here we go and dry coffee beans inside it. Alright? Here we go with this. You see this, eh? But the condition it's in right now, you mightn't be able to make this out.
Looking like soil.
So, like what?
It looking like soil.
Anata.
Go and get sugar and take it. You make a boil. Alright, this
Anata.
is for shack, Steve. Shack. Right. Some people put jungle bead. Right. But this is what we need, shack and so on. And we call it the wild canna. It had a kind of nice flowers people just have in this. Red and yellow and so on, right? This has the same thing. But this is the wild one. It goes all over the place. The seed is very small and that's what you get kind of stick. That's all. Now, here we are. I know two religions that use flags in the prayers. Baptists and Hindus. Which one would you say is that?
Baptist.
0 points.
The Hindu.
What's the tying of the knots? Right? Baptist tie a little higher and Hindu tie lower.
And one is the rectangular and one is the triangle.
Yeah, so that is it. That is it. You ever see a banana tree, 2 bunches at the same time? No, that is very rare because if I know all banana tree have 2 bunches, I would like to plant a whole field in that. You understand? But they cook the flowers too. Excellent people cook the flowers and so on. In USA, Canada and England, it is sold in supermarkets. Special things, right? So it is cooked and so on. They cook on this, what how they call this?
Not a good oven.
Eh?
That's not a good oven for sure.
No. This is called a fireside. You put your fire and you put your pot and the Indians call it chulha. Hotter than a chulha is something more than that, yeah, right? Chulha. So that's why we use for cooking. Okay. While we were cleaning the back of the slave bottles, we found these bottles partially buried. It is said that they contain whiskey, gin, wines. I am saying 102 years ago, somebody had a very good time in Lopinot. You understand? Right. Now let me see this. What is this?
Mata.
Alright. Mortar and, you know people that say mortar pestle. It's mortar and pestle, you know. Right. In Indian, you say ukri and musara. When they say the man going and beat the wife with the musara going like this. Alright? What is interesting about the instrument was the maker. When Burley was born right here in this estate in 1918, he was considered to be gifted, talented and self-taught. He died in the year 2000. The trade of making the instrument still goes on by his grandson. So here we go. Let me see how good all is. What is this?
Quattro.
That's right. So cuatro, unos, dos, tres, cuatro. The same thing in America, where it might be a little different in size or whatever, but it's called ukulele. Bandol or bandolina, guitar, violin, mandolin. This is a rare piece of, you don't see this side playing in any parameter. This is called a tiple. Then you have box bass, African box bass. Yeah, we trying to find out if this is also African, because this one would have notes like what you see there. Alright? So when you tune in the instrument, you have to tune this. But this is just a string, and I know you know parang. No, somebody had to play this, yes, no. So we going. What about it?
We talked that.
That's right. So you know about it, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Top as well. We gotta play the top. Shot. Play the shot.
No, you play the button. Yeah, no, I play the button. Yeah. All the time. Shot.
What's that?
Clapper.
Sure.
Clapper. So we have to tune it almost everybody. Right?
Simply.
Simply enough.
One.
Yeah, man, you play, but remember when you play music, it's timing, you know. Music is timing.
You know?
It seems simple. That same talk, that's what those big bands do. Any man can play.
Exactly.
And they don't play. Oh, look at me. Yeah, you stay right there. No, we play for the audience. You know, ever see this?
Like
Thinking too.
Right. This is stinking too. You know it for sure. You know this though? This has a powdery substance in it, right? And when you're eating it, it don't smell nice. But when you're eating it, it tastes very nice. So they call it stinking too. The real name is locust, right? The locust. No, it has some long ones, you know. This is a small kind of, it has some long one. You know this? Donkey eye. But this is the pod. Many people never see what the pod is.
I never see people.
Yeah, this is the pod. That is donkey eye. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Crapple tree. You ever see a crapple tree? Well, this is the seed from the fruit, right? The seed from the fruit. And in Lopinot, we make medicine for rheumatism, asthma, any cold and sore illness, right? And when we make it, you don't go and ask for crapple oil. The name when we make it up is carrot oil. You don't get that so because it's made, you understand, locally and so on. And right now we have a little scared because the lady who making it right is pretty sick. And we hope she is dead right now. If she can last a year, we wanted to teach somebody in the village to how to do it. Because if she go, that's it. You understand? And they don't sell that, so it's pretty expensive too, but it's a very good medicine because it's pure oil that comes from it, pure. And they don't mix it. You know, so that's it. You ever see the stone before?
Look like a crystal.
Quartz, crystal. So anytime you buy a watch, you give a friend. And you see my quartz, and that piece of this in the, you know, so we call it quartz, right? Quartz crystal.
Yes, get that up here.
Yes. When you might be walking and you might see a piece of your own. What's this?
Alligator,
Alright.
crocodile,
Cayman. Cayman. Right. Good.
Somebody carved that.
Dangerous, deadly. Coral. Look at the size of that. That is well, just, you know, this is what it was. And we put it in just like that, right? Because alcohol.
Where they catch those?
We have plenty of them around, but they never kill nobody up here. So no be careful.
Have any of those in the cave?
No, you don't find it in the cave. You find it outside the cave, more in the grass and all kind of thing. But when I see player kicks in it have, but there are no plenty. But we know how much people ever know, you know? And so it can only bite you like between here, you know, or like this finger. The mouth is too small to get it. Can't open big at all. So, like here, if you take a grab it here and so on. If it bite here, so what you do, you gas and you tie your wrist and so on as quick as possible. You can do that and so on. But make sure you go to the doctor before our take care in Lopinot, you know. Because I ain't seen you again after that, you know. Deadly. Now this is coral too, right? Deadly. This is mapepi balsam. This small snake will kill you, you big man, in less than an hour if you didn't get any medication or you didn't do anything. This small little snake here, right? They call it the mapepi balsam, and this is the bigger one to the mapepi zanana. This is the zanana. Now this one, I always tell people I feel you can get away from the bite because if it's too close to you, it can't bite you at all. This one, right?
Why is that?
Because it have to pull back
Okay.
to strike you. But you have to move fast. You can't stand up there and play. He waiting for you to move. You have to move fast. This one, why they say it can't control its poison, and it stays right there and it biting you. Only then, you understand? So that's why it's more deadly than the big one. But this got a good size too, and I tell you that, but not as big. This it has for me 10 feet and all kind of thing. This stay at 3, 4 feet and per thing, most time. So, but more deadly than the big one. Right?
The smaller one poison more potent. Yes.
Yeah. And he is joking. No, baby anaconda. This is called a cascabel. This bite like a dog too, this one. Right? But this is what you call a horsewhip. What they say the horsewhip does, you know?
Something pregnant.
Yeah, there's
No.
little
If you don't know the amount of months you have while you're pregnant, and you happen to be where a horsewhip is, the amount of lashes it will give you is the amount of months you have. So if you get 6, it's 6 months you have. This one, this king snake, they call it a horsewhip. This is also coral, but it's the false coral. If it bites you, they say nothing happen. But I tell people, if you're feeling sick, don't take chances. Go to the doctor because your resistance to it might not be the same. And so on, right? You don't take. And these is little bird nests and so on. Question for you now. What would you say this is? A worm or a snake?
Because you asked the question is a worm, but it looks like a snake.
0 points. 0 points.
It's a snake?
0 points.
It's a worm.
Legless lizard.
What?
A legless lizard.
So what category does it fall?
It looks like a worm though.
Look on the head.
Legless lizard.
Look like a snake.
They can't have a snake. No.
So you catch all of these up here?
Yeah, we have them. You ever hear anybody come on a
The
bachat snake?
anaconda too?
Yeah.
Well, that is a bachat snake, what the people they say, but they know that, right? But if you go in the zoo, you'll see legless lizard and so on, right? Paranderos. Original parangere from the Cora Lopinot Valley. So here we go. Sotero Gomez, 1897, 1983. Domingo Gomez, 1896, 1980, brothers. Cordelia Cipran Rees, 1899, 1981. Here we showing Pedro Segundo de la Valle called Papagun. Pedro Segundo de la Valle called Papa, what's the name?
Papa Goon.
Right, 1900, 1982. Christopher Reyes, 1910, 1986. Luciano Reyes, 1911, 1996. Here we are showing Francisco Salina, 1918, 2009. Sylvester Guerrero, 1894, 1984. Manuel Guevara, 1910, 1996. Right? In Lopinot, all is from the parent group, the old parent group, Lopinot 7 areas, right? But he was our bush medicine man in Lopinot. He cured a sickness called shingles. Now when you get shingles in Lopinot, he go to the bushes and collect a special herbs, right? And he will come and he will cut the herbs and rub the skin and all these sort of warm it and so on. But this was rebuilt only in 1980, but it was there. But no, we are clean it yet. That's last week.
Yeah. No, that's good, that's good.
We are there. No. Hear what has happened? The people, when they came from the Cora Valley, they only met two graves. This one and this one. They asked the question, which is Lopinot, which is his wife? They have no real sign. All when it says, come to Lopinot family tombs. You understand? I am still suggesting this one is Lopinot. You understand?
We've come to the end of our next episode of Caribbean Discoveries. We came to the historical site in Lopinot. We had a guide, Mr. Gomez. Awesome guy. Anytime all up on this site, try to come and get Mr. Gomez. He knows his stuff come up, call him. He can charge you a little something, something, but it's all good. So we're going and check out the caves now. I'm not sure how that is because the guy didn't come to take us to the caves, so we're going and see if we could do it on our own. We don't know how that go work out, but we're trying to learn something. We are here at the caves. It's extremely dark. It's the 21st of February 2016 at 1 p.m. We're about to enter the caves. If you all don't hear from me within the next 30 minutes, I'm dead. We are in Lopinot. We're about to go in. My cameraman tell me and come in. Small thing. We can fix that. You can follow me. As you can see, it's dark. So we're going in now and check it out. Go in front of me.
Plenty back there. Yeah. So you might need to duck down because the lights have a
Oh my god, there's so many bugs.
so many flies going.
There's a lot of bats in here. It's dark, as you can see. They are eggs. I don't know what creature. The eggs look pretty color. Okay, I'm hearing sounds.
What is that
I don't want to know. It looks like a lizard or some kind of bird or the other that made these eggs. We came in a little further in the caves. It seems as though the caves end at this point. There's a lot of bats flying around. I think it's fruit bats. Maybe vampire bats, I don't know. But we did it. We came to the caves. We bounced up on the end, as you can see. You see the lime deposits and bats flying over our heads all the time. So yes, Caribbean Discoveries came to the caves, braved the darkness, and now heading out. So until next time, next episode, we survive trip to the caves.